Okay, we're live. Now, before we really do anything, I gotta ask you something, right? Okay, a little note to everybody who's just tuning in. We're talking about high potential. So if you don't want spoilers, you probably shouldn't. If you're not all caught up, I don't know how we're gonna get into it. But I just have one question for you, Chris. What do you think happened to Roman?
Roman.
Roman, her missing boyfriend, husband?
Oh, I forgot his name. If you want me to be 100% honest, I think he's in witness protection.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
I mean, that's my second guess, but I feel like he's in witness protection.
Mm, okay, why?
Because wasn't he mixed up with a whole bunch of bad people?
I mean, yeah.
I bet he flipped on somebody.
I don't. Oh my god. But like, but would witness protection just take you like that?
Oh, no, I've never been in it.
Like, like he was dead ass kidnapped. Like something
Oh,
happened.
yeah, 100%. Somebody snatched him.
Yeah, no, and this is where like he's got to be dead. He's got to be.
Oh, way to be positive. All right.
I mean, I'm just being. Where is he? He ain't living a good life somewhere without his family.
He might be. You see them kids? Shit.
Okay. All right.
Just saying.
Well, happy Dark Moon, everybody.
Oh,
This is our little cauldron chat, and tonight we'll be going into many things, I guess, including high potential.
well, you couldn't let it go for 5 minutes.
No, because that show is so. If y'all don't know, if y'all need a show to be put on, High Potential.
Hi, Wes.
It's on Hulu and Disney Plus, and I don't know what else. But
Pa-
yeah,
Paramount?
I don't know. But
I
High
don't know.
Potential, that's such a good show, and I'm so sucked in. And I just watched that last episode, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if anything bad happens to Lieutenant, I'm not gonna be happy.
Oh, where is your positivity this evening?
Her job was literally just her whole career was just threatened at the end of that episode.
He ain't gonna get away with that. It'll be all right.
I mean, you know, I like it when a person could eat their words. You know what I mean? And he did in like a sense with Morgan, but in the sense of Lieutenant, you didn't. In the sense of Selena, you didn't eat your words. And I don't fuck with that. And look, I understand you don't want, I get it. But like, I mean, if you're solving cases, you're solving fucking cases.
Right. And that's at the end of the day, you're doing your job to the
Yeah.
best of your ability with the resources you have available.
Yeah.
Morgan being a resource. So, hello.
Oh, I love that show. Okay. Sorry, because Rowan's giving us that look like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
I was looking at something else.
Oh. Well, just so you guys know, the Cauldron shop has new bubble mailers.
Yes.
Pretty. We also have black soon coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
black.
Depending on who's mailing what, it's whatever color you're gonna get.
No, exactly. That's how you know who sent it to you. If you get purple, it came from my ass.
You should get one
If you get
of those.
what?
You should get
Oh,
one of those rubber stamps that you can have customized with the logo.
We're doing that. We're gonna do that. We're
we're
in the
gonna
midst
do a
of
version of
talking about
that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
We're
we're
looking
thinking
into
about
everything.
we're thinking about labels and business cards, and we're talking a lot. There's a lot coming to the Cauldron shop, guys. Along with, we just got some new crystals in. There's
New
a couple new crystals
crystals.
in.
Yeah.
We got our female figure candles back, so you got your male figures, your female figures,
Yeah. Yeah. A
and
lot of
as
work's
a
being
special
done.
plus, we're gonna have Rowan's jewelry.
Right.
What are you gonna be making? Do you know specifically? Because I know we talked about rosaries.
Rosary's not so fast because they take a bitch and a half.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I have the evil eye bracelets that I'm gonna make. I am going to make Santa Muerte bracelets, which in a minute I'll grab the charms so you can see what they're gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And chaplets and rosaries might take a little bit, and then yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you're gonna want some amazing Rowan jewelry, you're gonna have to check the link down below because that's gonna be coming soon. And he has the best fucking. Let me tell you right now, best product, best quality. His shit don't break, and that's what I love. I love when your shit is not gonna break, and because you do that pull fucking test before you
Mm-hmm.
send anything out.
Let me grab the charms. Yeah, I
Yeah.
fucking
So
sling them bitches.
I love it though. No, so you're like I know your jewelry lasts, so that's what I love
I
The
sling them.
cobbler was excellent. I ate the last of it. No shame. With ice cream.
with ice cream as you should. So can I give a little shout out to the dispensary lady I met tonight?
My God, yes, please, because you just in love with her.
So you did hear the audio then, right?
Yeah, of course I did.
So I went to a dispensary tonight, which never mind. So now when I went there, I got my favorite strain, which is Blue Dream. I don't know if anybody knows marijuana like that, but
Nope.
I love Blue Dream. That's always been my favorite fucking strain. Now, when I'm gonna go to a dispensary, the first thing I look for is that Blue Dream because it's also a sativa. Because I like weed that'll keep you up and get you to do shit. You know what I mean? Rather than make you feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So as she's yawning away,
I've been up since 3:30 this morning.
It's gross.
that's literally gross. Um. So anyway, so when I get there, I place the order online. And I get there, and the homegirl was like, "Hey, so we have this Blue Dream, but then we have this Blue Dream that's got like 37% THC. That's got more THC than what you're getting, and I'm worried about your high." And then I was like, "She was like, your choice."
Ow.
And I was like, "Bro, what's the price difference?" Either way, I was getting it, mind you. I just needed to know if I was dropping more money or not. And she was like, "There's no price difference. I'm gonna just swap that price to that price, and you're good." And I'm like, "Girl, give me the better weed. Come on." And she got it for me, and she was so pretty, and she was so nice, and she was a sweet angel. And now she worried about my high, and I appreciate people who worry about my high. Makes me feel loved. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like my high is taken care of. You know.
I could be so sarcastic right now, burst your whole bubble.
Go ahead,
Just
do it.
because I'm just a mean spirited person. I mean, it's great when you get excellent service for people doing their job.
Oh, yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Like the bitch just did her job.
But
Well,
you loved it, and that's great.
she complimented my rings.
Oh my god.
You love it when somebody
Did you
compliments my
was
ring.
she hoping for a damn tip?
I'm not gonna lie, I gave her a $2 tip.
There you go. Okay. There you go.
All that for
Ridiculous. Yeah, you're so predictable. It's
Yeah,
unreal.
yeah.
If somebody comes along and butters your biscuit the right way, it's putty. You're just like putty in somebody's hands.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
literally.
Uh,
Ridiculous.
So
and she was just so nice. She was like, when you come back, look for me. I don't want to put her name out there, but she was like, I'm blah blah blah.
And then next time you'll come look for her and you'll be like, oh my God, you're amazing. Here's $5.
No.
And then the
I
next
would be
time it's
like,
like
you're amazing.
$6.
Now let's be nah, because hopefully I shouldn't be going to the dispensary as much. You know, you
I mean,
know. Let's not talk about it because let's not talk about it.
Bougie, you have no idea.
This motherfucking butt is stuck. Okay,
What'd you get?
shut the fuck up. Okay, he's self-absorbed like us. Wait, what's happening?
It's a Leo.
Oh well, first
He
of all,
rides that line of narcissism
I think I go over that line, babe. I think I go over it.
sometimes.
You just being nice.
So, here's a Santissima pendant that might be on her rosary.
Oh, I love
Nice.
that. See, that's
And
perfect.
this is the pendants that will be on the bracelets. If you can
Nice.
see it.
Yeah. Oh, I
So,
love me Madrina.
it's
Oh,
hard
that was a lot. Oh, that smells so good. Mm,
I'm reading the comments.
mm.
Hmm? I'm lost.
I'm lost. I'm right.
So what
Way
are we
off.
here for?
Not my dispensary lady, I guess.
no.
I
Um,
mean, I'm happy if you're happy.
I don't even remember what's the title of this video.
You have the notes, numbnuts.
Yeah, I didn't write any notes.
Oh, you had them in your car.
I didn't have them in my
Enchantments.
car. Wait, didn't I? No, did you?
Yes.
No, wait,
No.
I don't.
It's shop stuff, it's enchantments, it's abandonment.
Yeah, okay, okay. Oh, you know what? We can talk about. First of all, I listened to the witches in Germany or in World War II. First of all,
Oh, you listened to it?
I did, and that is
Nice.
insane.
I know.
Okay, but besides that, let's talk about. You know what I want to talk about? I want to now because because I referenced that. So let's talk about this because I said we should talk about it. Now we're going to talk about it. The
And
cone of power,
oh yeah.
right? Okay.
Well, you're not leaving any context. No, nobody knows where your reference went.
I don't know where to even go with that, but the cone of power. Okay, like what do you? Okay,
We talking about like building up energy.
right. Wow, that really did not go anywhere I
Okay,
wanted.
so what he's trying to say that his brain won't allow he ain't even lit that thing yet. Uh
That's the problem.
she
I just got
look
off
do
high
something
blood.
else. Um okay, so everybody knows who Gerald Gardner is. The dude from Wicca, he's a big deal up in World War. He was older during World War II, but that's where, he started writing books and in that time period, 40s-ish area. And him and his, oh my God, what was it called? Something Forest Coven?
Oh no, shush! The New Forest Coven, the
Hmm.
New Forest Witches, right?
Yes, sure. It's New Forest, either Coven or Witches. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's one in the same. Okay, because they were a coven. By the way, I wanted to tell you when she mentioned that they, when
By
she
the way,
mentioned that they dance. What is it?
Skyclad,
Yeah, you know what that meant, right?
naked,
Yeah, butt naked, booty cheeks out in the moonlight.
everything was out.
just
Your
giblets.
hemorrhoids, everything.
Everything, everywhere.
Okay, follow it up. Oh my God, you suck. Okay, so it's it was been referenced and notated that this coven had a couple of rituals they would do, and one of their rituals they had only used once or twice before. It's called the Cone of Power, and they used that against Nazi invading forces during the war in like 1946 or 45 or whatever it was, and they credited themselves with helping aid in the war effort in Europe to save Britain. It's also been reported that they've used that same cone of power technique to move a storm to prevent a blockade of some sort. I'm
Mhm.
just watch it.
First
It's
of all,
very interesting.
yeah, maybe later at the end of this video, I'll put the link to that video in the description
Yes.
box. But first of all, and then there was the mention of certain witches because of the immense power that went. I think it was specifically I mean, both, but yeah, so both. There was the two rituals that was performed specifically of the Cone of Power. Now, I do want to reference that's nothing to a lot of witches. That's, we know the Cone of Power. And in most times, most cases, when you're working magic, nine times, especially like within a circle, you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
perform
you're
this with power. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That is magic. That's what, yada yada. I ain't gotta explain all that. Now, but they, I guess during these rituals, that was the main focus, and bringing that enlightened fucking whatever specific and tuned energy and putting that out there. Because you're there, you're aware of that fact of performing, even when you're not performing the ritual, but when you perform magic within the circle, you perform the cone of power. So they were directing that energy at their target, which as anyone does with the cone of power and their magic. But when they were pushing it to fog up Hitler's mind, and that's what got him to attack the United States, which got him fucked. Things that happened in war because of witchcraft. It's insane. And then well, not to mention that witches supposedly have died during those rituals, but in the
Yeah.
rituals where they were pushing that storm, witches died because of the
Yeah.
immense energy that they were putting out in that fucking ritual. And now imagine something. You mid powerful ass fucking ritual and you got all that's left in you, and then you just
I mean, that's an ultimate sacrifice to the
Pull the
mission.
pull the Bonnie Bennett in that bitch.
no, because
Mm.
Bonnie survives all the time. She never dropped dead. She never
Well,
She's like she's
well,
like Kenny.
she drops dead, but she comes back all the time.
right.
Yeah, like South Park Kenny. They kill him off just about every
Oh my
episode.
god, they killed Kenny.
And
And the next episode he dies, and he dies in the next episode.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
I have
But
every
it's
magic.
and it's not coming the video is not coming from a witch's point of view. It's coming from she's not a
She's a
historian, but she
muggle,
has
people.
yeah, she's a muggle and she's very into anything 1940s. That's why I started watching her because that's where I feel like I should have been or was at one point. I'm very pulled to that. Like everything about it. The dress, like the way of living, everything about the 1940s, like that's my jam. But she tells it from a fact, like she gathered her facts, she did her research to put this together. And it was her Halloween episode she was doing.
Yeah,
But it's really
very. Oh
interesting.
my god, no, very good information. And then
And,
talking on the night witches that weren't witches. No, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, if when you start, you're gonna hear that first, so you're gonna think you're in the wrong video, but it goes into the other stuff.
Yeah,
No,
I
you go
do
ahead.
love that she says I'm not gonna talk about the night witches, and then talks about the night witches. I do love that,
Yeah.
but it's very brief. It's very brief because like the majority of the video is about true occult witches using witchcraft and magic in war, and it's insane. And again, like no one would have thought the reason Hitler decided to attack America was because he was hexed, he was jinxed, he was cursed, he was got by the witches, and
He
then
was
that was
heavily
his ultimate
influenced.
undoing.
Lady Witch, you're right. That's who it is. The lady, sorry, the real vintage dollhouse.
Uh,
That would make a
so
really good TV show.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very,
yeah,
very interesting.
um, okay, but now speaking of magics, right? Because and I feel like, and you can say if I'm wrong or not, but I feel like when a lot of people discuss witchcraft, nobody actually like okay, when you first get into witchcraft, it's like the only thing, it's like the first major lesson you learn. But then afterwards, I feel like nobody talks about it and therefore it gets forgotten about a lot in people's practices. I've seen it in newer witches and I've seen it in older witches where they just skip over the enchantment part of
Mm,
witchcraft and magic. And
hmm
And so I wanted to ask you guys, how do y'all go about y'all's enchantments? And like what what to you is enchantment? That's a better question. For now, I think.
Who are you talking to?
Both of y'all.
Go ahead, Rowan, because I got distracted. Huh?
Oh, I wasn't saying anything. I was changing my settings.
Oh shit! Hold
I
on,
was doing
one
this.
second. Hey,
No,
what
but
were
I
you
was
saying to
asking
me?
you, what is your like
You
what to
made
you?
eye contact.
Huh?
Oh
What
my
to you is
lord.
enchantment?
Hold on. My thing is acting funky.
Okay.
Okay, Crest, to you, what is your definition of enchantment? Like,
My
what does that mean to
definition,
you?
the definition, or just how, like, what I do is my definition.
Yeah,
Me? Okay.
yeah.
Um,
We're
that's,
not a dictionary.
I mean, some people like that kind of thing. Um, Enchantment is where I'll use my watch. So I have whatever it is. So a watch, and let's say I need to not forget a date. Okay, whatever. A date and a time. So I take my item, whether it be a physical item or a visualization or a candle, whatever, and you put all that intention, and then you focus that down into that item for that purpose until something in your brain clicks. You feel the
Mhm.
tingles, you get the sweats, you get the giddies, and you're like, okay, I've got it. Like, it's good. I've done everything. It feels right. It feels good. I'm assured of my own abilities. I have full confidence. But you basically pour all that into whatever you're doing, and you give it the power that it needs to achieve the goal.
Right. You bring it to life.
Yeah,
Right. Was that
no,
too much? Sorry.
no,
Everybody's really quiet.
no. I was wondering, Rowan, you got anything on that?
Also, when it like, because say for example, rosemary, it has so many uses from like protection and love and stuff like that. But with your enchantments, you narrow it down to the main specific thing you wanted to accomplish.
Right,
It's basically circling in the bubble next to the answer that you want it to do.
right.
Do you want it to be, you want to bring a lover? You want to protect something? You want to heal something? I want to heal something. That's what
Yeah.
enchantment is.
It's like okay, you take this herb, right? That's in this bag with this puppet, right? And you're looking for love, right? But what
Mhm.
you do is on everything, each individually, you pour in your energy through either well, I mean, for me, a lot of times it's plus, not really either, but through visualization, through actual, like, pouring out your energy, holding your hands over it, speaking incantations, um raising energy by having other things incorporated, like crystals, drumming, music, dance, candles, fire, elements, all these things to raise up all this energy. And then what you do through visualization and intention is basically like on a radio, because everything has energy, you know what I mean? Everything's already
Oh,
there
that's
for
a good
you.
point.
You
Yeah.
just have to tap into that energy and then tune it like a radio to the exact frequency of your intention and your visualizations. You know what I mean? And
That's that
then,
feel good part I was talking about. It feels
yeah,
good.
yeah. And then,
It's all the right button.
yeah, you get and you do that to the point where exactly you know it's as enchanted as it could be. You're putting all that energy that you possibly could into that item or into plus items to create this working that raises the energy. Enchantment helps raise the energy to, like in the cone of power, to send out into the cosmos, into the universe, to the gods, to the astral plane, so it can be reciprocated, because as above so below, into the physical realm and be manifested.
Hmm.
So, but I feel like a
Yes.
lot of people skip that part, you know.
Well, TikTok witches.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Welcome. All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of What
But
Boils Our Cauldron.
period, because yeah, they do.
I feel
And it's
like
a
You
lot of
th-
the newer witches that only get the information from TikTok that seem to not understand what enchantment is. And look, now the thing is, like I said, everything's got energy. But that doesn't mean you make this spell jar without enchantment, without tuning their energy to what you want to accomplish and doing stuff to activate that shit and make it a thing. Without all of that, you just got a jar of herbs. You just got
Mm-hmm.
a fucking pretty candle. You know what I mean? Like you ain't got nothing. You just have a doll. You ain't got shit.
Well, that's the problem with like these quick little short videos people do on TikTok and Insta reels, all the little short whatever. Like they're given it's almost like they forget that that's a major part of the information or the structure. They give you everything else to do, but they leave out the part where you have to go into that spell or candle or project or whatever it is to get it to do the thing. You know what I mean? And I think
Hmm.
that's why so many new witches come into the craft and get highly frustrated because they're not seeing manifestations coming to light. They're not seeing their spell work happen in real time or whatever boundary they put it on, and they're like, oh, well, this is bullshit. Or then they start going negative
Excuse me.
and they have a negative outlook of the entire community. It's just, you got, even though it's like breathing air to some of us, for
Hmm.
the newer crowd coming in, like that's a basic step. It's like learning how to walk.
Right.
It's like a pen. It writes, but it don't write unless you make it right.
Exactly. Like it ain't just gonna write on its own.
I
You
wish it
gotta
would,
fucking
but
do
yeah.
something. No facts. We all wish shit would just do it on their own. Like self-casting wands. Like we wish that was a thing, but it ain't. Ooh,
I'm
if I
gonna
could
get
just
over.
snap my fingers and light a bunch of candles at once.
I'm gonna get even.
Yeah, I wish. That would be amazing.
It
You know,
really would.
and that's the
And
shit. Sometimes I don't understand. Like, okay, now think about, like, take a minute, think about all of the things you have accomplished with witchcraft and with magic and how magical that is. Now, tell me one thing. Why can we do that, but I can't snap and light a candle? I don't understand.
I don't think we're gonna reach that attunement to frequency.
Mm-mm.
I feel like we're oil and water in some respects when it comes to energy work and that spark, But then there are people that can manipulate stuff through telekinesis that they're still studying to this day scientifically.
Right.
All the clairs are being studied and all the other little weird crap that we can do by focusing energy, that science is like getting on board with. Oh, okay, so this is how they do that, and I feel like it's diluting a little bit in some areas, and it's making it more real for some people in some areas, you know.
Yeah.
I also think that's why it's becoming more publicly acceptable, is because some of it's science based now.
Yeah, exactly. And that you'll hear a lot when you go out there, and if for whatever reason someone on the street hears that you're a witch, they're gonna bring like, oh, so you're like into metaphysics. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
right.
right.
What I mean? They're not gonna look at it as magic.
No, it's going to be explained away.
Right. I mean, that's something I also a lot of people forget. Like magic, science, it's really one and the same. The only difference is magic is the unexplained science. They haven't explained it yet. One day they
Right.
will, and then the day they do, it's going to be called science. But that still doesn't take away that science is magic. Magic is science.
Yeah.
All it is that magic is something they haven't put the scientific method on.
Mhm. Cuz from okay, going back to Egypt and the Mayans and all that, like there is evidence translating into basically spell work, deity worship, um wheel of the year type happenings, stuff like that. True pagan stuff, and it's not something new. It's not something being like revitalized. It's something that's in the DNA. That's my opinion. It's something in the DNA that keeps line jumping. You know what I mean? So I feel like because it's so natural and nature based, that it's like it's like an organism trying to stay alive. It's clinging to whatever will acknowledge it. I
Hmm.
went real deep there, and I apologize.
No, I
Sorry.
loved it.
No, that was good.
Thank you.
No, yeah.
That kind of reminded me of a conspiracy that I brought up the other week.
Save it.
I know.
That's Friday.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't forget, guys. Friday on
Well,
Carson's channel.
it's not
Cauldron and
really.
Conspiracies.
It's not really a conspiracy though. It's just It's not a conspiracy. It's just
But what is it? Go ahead.
Who is
when I
it?
was talking about how back in the day they didn't have all these electromagnetic things floating around in the
Mm,
ethers. So that's not a conspiracy. That's just a thought.
that's fact. Yeah.
Um, basically, I was thinking, because back in the day in ancient Egypt and Greece and stuff like that, where you hear about gods coming down and all these things that were done. Hell, even in the Christian belief, where there was a guy that actually came back from the dead. That with all these,
Lazarus.
Yeah,
yeah,
Lazarus.
with all these electronic magnetic stuff we have floating in the ethers, like radios and satellites and stuff. I wonder, because everything's energy, that might impede the flow of magic sometimes. That's why you don't get as outlandish things that you hear about that were supposedly done in the past,
Right.
because they didn't have stuff interfering back then.
See, and that I agree with, and that's why I feel like a lot of the times witches have that natural draw to be in like this isolated area in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Not every witch. I'm not speaking for every witch by any means, but I feel like a majority of witches that I know, and like myself, I know my happy place and the place I would want to be for the rest of my life is in the fucking middle of the woods.
Hmm.
Like no one around me, no fucking anything like that around me to interfere. The only energy is my energy mixed with the natural energy of this ecosystem I got here in the
Hmm.
middle of the woods.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the self-isolation in the witch community is just so we can heal and reattune and realign, because we get so bombarded all the time, not only with the wireless frequencies emitting from TVs and cell phones, AirPods, radios, like radio frequencies and phone lines, and we're bombarded on all sense levels to
Right.
the point where I'm surprised that we're still able to do some of the stuff we can, and it doesn't take like more energy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because we are so overloaded with stimuli all the time.
Not to
So
mention the shit they're putting in our foods.
the food, the water,
Yeah.
like
It's
that's a whole nother topic. Oh
and
my
that's
God.
and that's also why we can't, do that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying why
Hmm.
nobody can, because I'm sure probably somebody can.
I mean,
But it's like we only have access to a certain amount of percentage of our brain that if we had full access or just even a greater access like we did back then, we'd be able to do more shit than we are able to do today.
And not
see,
all the
go ahead.
deforestation and stuff like that. And
Right.
the
Mm,
disruption of natural streams and rivers and lakes. Because if you think about it, magic has to come from somewhere. Why can't it? Why the Earth itself is the battery? So we already have scientific proof that trees and plants, they absorb carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, whichever the one of the carbons, and they breathe out oxygen.
hmm.
Who's to say they don't draw that energy and like the like towers?
Well, if you think about photosynthesis and everything being on a frequency, so the sun, like the UV rays from the sun, that's why we have, you know, that's why the trees grow up. That's why they face the sun when it's out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But those are solar energies, but it comes from a natural and pure source, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we got down back to a baseline, like our very like primal, maybe not all the way primal. I'm not trying to go crazy, but like if you strip away the modern
Right.
and you take it back to a regulated baseline, I do think we'd be more in line with animals, more attuned with nature. We'd sleep better, we'd eat better, and we'd physically and mentally and spiritually be whole people again.
I agree, 1000%. And and I'll say it, I don't give a fuck. That's where this government, you know what I mean, or this country, something about this place is getting us to not be like that. And the reason I say that is because you look at other countries, right? Especially other countries. Now, I forgot, I think you mentioned this or something, but somebody mentioned how, other countries they're getting their healthcare paid for. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So they're not going to have all these illegal substances that America has in our foods and in our drinks. They're not going to have that because they're the ones paying to make sure these guys are healthy. You know what I mean? America is the complete opposite fucking way. Where we're the ones paying for it, yeah, everything's fucking bad. That's just costing us a fortune. Everybody fucking goddamn unhealthy. What is going on? And that is why Americans, if anything, most of all, is probably the least amount of tuned.
You
Capitalism.
want to get real mad?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fact check it. I mean, I've seen it multiple times, but I haven't fact checked it. If you want to get real mad about America, a lot of the cereal that they make for other countries that has none of those chemicals in it, we make here in the same factory that we make the bullshit in that we get fed.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't fact checked that. So if you can make it in our country, in our factories, and you can ship the more nutritious and healthy version overseas,
Right.
why can't you ship that shit down the street? Wouldn't that cut production costs? Wouldn't that save the company money? Wouldn't that make sense?
I don't, and I don't know. And you would think because everyone else is fucking doing it. You know what I mean? It's like we're the only ones that I feel. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe there's another country out there. Like I don't know countries, okay? And I apologize. But America, I just feel like it's a setup. It's a setup game. You know what I
Well,
mean? It's a gotcha. And
yeah. Well,
I'm not
didn't
trying
we
to get
bring this
got
up
by my
last
own
night?
people.
The pharmaceutical game is real big here, and you can't get rich off a healthy person.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't like that. I don't like that. Now understand something. I I am an American. I am an American citizen, and I do love my country, and I never want to leave my country. However, I do wish better for my country because
Oh yeah.
this shit ain't right.
But when you keep your populace ignorant and distracted,
Yeah,
you get away with a whole lot.
yeah, yeah. No.
Sorry for the political shit. What, two nights in a row?
Yeah, no.
Ugh.
Sorry, sorry. Not to get all political on y'all asses, but I mean, I don't even know if this is political. I mean, I guess this is the country,
It's
but like,
just our climate.
it's just again. I feel like it's a setup. I feel like y'all are literally
Controversial.
hoping I die and doing everything in your power to make sure I become a hobo that's gonna die on the street.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that.
I mean, none of us should, but if you don't know, then you don't know. And then the thing is, when you do know, that's when you got to take action.
Right.
Good night. Love you.
I mean, I don't,
Don't
I
touch
don't know. Did
that
I go a little
thermostat.
too deep on that?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I said,
What?
did I go a little too deep on that?
No, I mean, tonight's the night of deep topics, apparently. It just is what it
Yeah.
is.
It's the juicy night.
It seems like America's following the energy that when it was founded out of, you know,
Out of Columbus.
uh, mm,
No?
well, he didn't find
Well,
he found the land, but he didn't find the
yeah.
country.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, because there were other people here first that everybody forgets about.
Didn't one of the Vikings find it and was like, "Nah, fuck this shit," and
No,
he left?
Yeah, yeah,
first
they
of all,
turned around and went the fuck home. So
yeah,
fuck
no,
this
Columbus ain't
bitch.
found shit. He ain't found
Yeah.
shit. He couldn't find his
See,
fucking sandwiches. Trust me, he ain't found shit.
how you gonna get lost in the claim of victory? Is what I want
And
to
that's
know.
not no. It's the fact that you that you got there and then you just completely destroyed everybody there in the most horrific ways and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna live here now." Bitch,
And
who
Mm,
are you?
I don't
Who
believe
are
that
you? You're foreign.
he found something that was already found. There were people
yeah,
here
you
when he
can't.
was here.
Right, you can.
You found
You
it, you discovered it for your people because you're like, oh, that's there, but it was
Yeah,
already a found land.
right. I do think it's disgusting. We have a holiday
for what?
for Columbus.
We have a lot of questionable holidays. If you want to ask my opinion, which you did not, but I'm just here to tell you, we have a lot of questionable federal holidays on that calendar.
Yeah, yeah. And I question things. I do question things,
But I
but
think that's what we have to do to get back to normal. And I'm sorry, I can't say that on a live on a social platform, so never mind.
okay. Change of topic before we just start bringing out the
I'm
beasts.
a, I'm gonna get arrested.
It was changed to beautiful. Okay.
Mhm.
See,
Yeah, I
I
mean
haven't
that's
caught up
like I'm down with that because it should have been that from the fucking
from the
beginning.
jump because oh my god,
Sorry, I killed
Th-
all your people and caused so many rampant
there is
diseases because I'm a fucking
nothing
idiot and got lost.
there is
Mhm.
nothing we could do to make up for what the fuck that disgusting guy did.
Dude, there's so many disgusting things that have happened on
I
in the
know.
world, but also on
Oh.
our land, like I own the bitch, but in
No,
our
we do. We're
country.
Americans. This is our land.
I mean, yes, but like
I
this
know.
probably isn't the time or place for those discussions. I'm just saying it didn't belong to us. We had no right to claim it, and that was foul. That was a foul. That was a big party foul.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You
And
know. Go ahead.
my whole thing about make America great again, baby, it wasn't never great.
I mean, I massacres aside, I think there was a point in time that it meant something heavier than to be a patriot. It meant something heavier than to stand up for your country, your God, your people, your family, because a lot of that's been diluted,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
it's got back channels that mean something different now. You know what I mean? Like you still see patriotism, you still see that spirit. It's just very few and far between. And then you have all these ninnies running around spouting out all this kind of crap without any facts to back it up. And then you have 10 million ninnies behind them listening because of whatever reason. Like, all I'm saying is just fact check people. Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't have the original thought, maybe you should look to see if it's actually a thought.
Right.
I don't like sheeple people.
No. People in sheep's wolves and
Why
sheep's.
are we on here bitching? This should have been another what bowls my cauldron.
I don't
Damn.
know
We
because
didn't even bitch
how
that
did we
much last
get here?
night.
Were we talking about spells? Like how did we get here?
You started it.
I did. I don't even know why or how, but yeah, I don't know. I will say again, love America, not the real proudest of everything in our fucking history. That's for damn sure.
Okay, well, awkward silences have to stop. Somebody take the wheel.
Yes, somebody
I'm
says
reading
I was mid blunt hit.
What was the other champ? That's the other enchantment. What was the other topic?
abandonment.
Oh, okay. So because you touched on this a little bit, talking about when people aren't enchanting, their spells aren't going to manifest. Now, there are other reasons why your spells are not working. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, there is a plethora on why your shit isn't working, and that boils down to a lot of times what I suggest when it comes to spell work before, during, after divination readings on your work, so I can understand the energy that's going on, because sometimes what your spell is compared to the like that energy of your spell compared to the energy of what you're trying to do are at two different lengths. and odds are your spell is not reaching that energy of that you need for that manifestation. You know what I mean? The astral, the cosmos, the universe, the gods, they're only the spirits, they're only gonna put in as much effort as you are. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So there's that, and that does go into a little like not either no enchantment or not enough enchantment. You know, a lot of times spells don't work because you need more energy, you need more power. You know, you need a battery of energy in a sense, right?
Maybe you need to go through some steps. Like, first off, do a road opener to help clear any blockages, then work on that working that you have to do.
Right. And you got to also think too, because you know a lot of times people will ask me things, and I'll give them stuff like that, or even like if they're going through bad times, and I'm like, all right, well maybe you should undergo a cleansing first and foremost, and then they
Hmm.
hear the work and the effort that they got to put into doing that, and they don't want to do it no more.
Hmm.
They're like, ah, it's not worth it. And it's like you got to also forget, you know, or remember what is the worth to you. And do you really want this to work? Do you really want this to manifest? A lot of the times maybe spirits are holding back because they're kind of looking at you like, are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want this? You know what I mean?
And also, when's the last time you cleaned the dust off their altar?
Well, yeah.
Or when's the last time you gave Granny a glass of wine?
Yeah, do you even yeah, there's yeah, going into not necessarily honoring and paying tribute to the spirits that fucking bend their backs for you. I mean,
Or, yeah, or are you always offering to get something? Or are you offering just because you want to offer?
yeah, no, exactly. You know, that's something too where I had an issue with Christianity, and not that this is an issue with the Christian religion, but the certain Christians or certain people I was around, you know, they taught me to only pray when I needed something, and I ain't fuck with that. And that's something I thought was very selfish and crude. And then they wonder why their prayers aren't working. And I'm like, how would you feel if your fucking follower, if your loved one, if your child, if your best friend only knocks on your door when they need something from you, nothing else?
Yeah,
That's
like,
fucked up.
what if I only called you or April when I needed something?
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Hey, April, can you give me some beer, whatever?
Yeah, let me get it right on there. It'll be there in about 7.5 hours.
Thanks.
And then I'm gonna hang up on you and laugh. You calling me for a damn beer.
Okay, so this is a good question
Damn.
from Homegirl. I knew he was gonna scream. Okay, so do you believe that you can smoke, drink, and eat your offerings to the deities, like to like the offerings that you give to the deities? Right.
Depends on the deity.
Yeah, and the situation.
Yeah.
Hmm. And what it is.
Yeah.
Because I have
Odds.
smoked with before. I've not eaten, I've not
I've
drank, but I've
I've smoked
smoked.
that half a blunt with her and gave him the
Hmm.
other half. I'm like, here you go.
A
Enjoy.
Yeah.
lot of people that work with Santissima will offer her, cigars or cigarettes, and then some people just give them the cigarette and it just stays there until it's like stale and get rid of it. Some people leave it there for a little bit and then after a while they'll smoke it.
Yeah.
Like you're sharing, kind of.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people will have the perspective of doing it for them. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah,
some,
like you puff and you go this way and then you,
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of times, if I'm smoking with Santissima, I'll take the hit, blow it on her, and I'm taking that hit for her. I'm taking that hit for my Uncle Rick because he won't shut the fuck up. Speaking of, I kind of roll up. However, um, I will say this though, odds are like okay, in 9 times out of 10 cases, like for me to do something like that, like it really depends on the circumstances, and especially when it comes to the consumption of food, like because 9 times out of 10, anything I offer, drinks, food, anything like that, does not get consumed. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
will scream if somebody tries to touch my Alberta's offerings or Santissima's offerings, and even when the cats try to be getting Hearn's offerings, I scream at them. Even Hecate be yelling at me because I'm yelling at them. Like, no, I don't care. You yell at them. Why don't you yell at them? Have you thought of that?
Hmm.
Um, but but then there is the sense of like think about sacrifice and like you offer that animal, but you consume that animal as well. And in a lot of
Yeah.
practices, a lot of cultures, they look at that as consuming the power of the gods or of the
Yeah.
spirit.
I feel like that's varied by tradition. Like Bougie was talking about his tradition, and then Sam had a response. So I think it's all like tradition based. Like I could never drink anything well, I mean I could technically, there's nothing poisonous in it. But because I put blood in just about everything, I wouldn't let it sit there for 3 days and then try to drink it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's that'd
Um,
be weird.
No.
a
Obviously, be safe. Don't eat food that's been left over. Don't eat. No. If you see mold on that shit, throw it the fuck out.
a set of spirits that I have in one of the traditions is that annually or every so many couples of years, you'll make a party for them and offer them cake and candies and stuff, and um invite like your friends' children over, children that you know, your nephews, nieces, and stuff like that, and you share the candies and cakes with the children. So it's offered to the spirits, but then it's also shared with the kids and everybody that's around.
I just
Hmm.
gotta say, you keep saying cake and candy, and there's that song. Not that I listen. This is actually all Samantha. I don't listen to RuPaul's music, but there's that one song Sam loves, and it's called Cake and Candy, and it's a very catchy song. So every time you said cake and candy, I'm like cake and candy, cake and candy. Ignore me.
No, that was an excellent question, Samantha. Sam. I almost
Mhm.
call her Samantha too. Shit.
I mean, that's her name, ain't it?
I know, but I don't like the long version.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know why I go the long version. I remember one day I said the long version, and she was like, "Are you mad at me?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, because you use government name.
Yeah, RuPaul.
I was watching on TikTok the other day, and um, there's a big Santissima Muerte community,
Hmm.
and a lot of people were asking if they have like a Santissima altar, and they also have children, like young kids, and they're asking like, my kids like to take the candy off of Santissima's altar. Do you think that makes her mad or something like that? And
Oh.
the
Slap that
general,
hand.
yeah, the general,
Well,
cons-
yes,
the
but
general, con- the general consensus is that because they're kids and they're innocent it's just like that. Santissima's like the grandma with the candy in her pocket, being like, "Here you go."
yeah,
No,
exactly. No, no,
no, no,
no, no.
no.
Hush over there, because
No,
no,
think about it. Think about it. Think about it though. Remember how I've always bitching about catering to people?
yeah,
Well, that's in the same line. So if you don't say the disciplinary action part, or if you don't have a conversation and then give a warning and then take action, so as that child grows up older, that goes into other things down the line that they won't respect. They gotta
oh,
learn.
yes, I agree with you,
So you hit the hell out of them.
but I'm thinking in the sense of they didn't know it was off limits.
Mm,
You know what I mean? They
okay.
genuinely just saw candy on the table and was like, "Oh, okay."
So you have a
And that's
discussion
well, yes, we have that discussion.
after
But
you
do I
slap
think
the hand.
Santissima's gonna get mad? No,
Yes.
no,
No, I don't believe she's gonna get mad.
I think she
no.
would get livid.
I think no. I really think, like he said, it's like a grandma giving candy out. You know
Fine.
what
She
I
might
mean?
not get mad. I would get mad for her.
No,
Keep them damn
no,
kids away
no.
from my
Literally,
shit.
get mad because, like I said, I yell at the cats, but then Hecate's yelling at me. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting mad. She ain't getting mad.
Yeah. Well,
Sam said, "Let's see how that candy settles."
right.
Evil. My
What?
granddaughter will give me my Santissima cookie and put it on her altar. Oh, your granddaughter.
See?
It's
There
something
you
about
go. That's that teaching.
See, but yes. After they innocently take some candy, and then you teach them, no, 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 no. See, and that's a learning opportunity where you bring them and you introduce them. You say, no, 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 this isn't candy for
You
us.
gentle parenting people kill
Well,
me.
at first, say I'm gentle at first. It's when you don't
No,
listen, I betray.
no. You do it hard at first. That way there is no second chance. You throw the hammer down
Thor's
that
hammer.
hand. A
and it's
ruler, a
and
handle to a pot, like a pot, whatever.
And it's so crazy how many children you see that are actually like get attracted to Santissimo's altars.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I know.
you would think, oh my god, skeleton scary, but they just love her to death.
No, she's
No,
covered in flowers and sparkles in most cases and bright colors. She's
mine
gorgeous
is
to
not.
them. And they
Mine
don't
is.
have that inherent fear of the skeletons. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
sometimes kids are still in their purest form where they just see the energy, you know?
This is my own bottle. Don't judge me because I'm drinking out the bottle and germs and lip. Nobody touches this bottle but me. So don't come at me, germaphobes.
What are you drinking tonight, you wino?
Riesling.
Oh my God.
That's not a sweet wine, is it?
In a violent era? How long does an era last, Bougie? I've been here a while.
We talking about like the Victorian era, like that's lasted a couple hundred years.
Wait, what are we talking about? April just in her violent era. Oh yeah.
It's not a phase,
You know
Bougie.
what a kid did today at work? So,
Annoying.
huh?
Been annoying.
Huh. So there was a movie, right? They were watching that new robot movie, that cartoon robot movie. I don't know if y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about, right?
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Lady Witch. Thumbs
Okay.
up.
Well, apparently throughout the whole movie, no kid made a mess until like right in the last 15 minutes, some kid dumped their entire popcorn bag that was filled with popcorn. There was a mountain of popcorn on the floor and jumped on it, like stomping on that shit. The mother was like across the room just on her phone doing absolutely nothing about it.
Guillotine.
Huh?
French Revolution. Guillotine.
Off with their head.
Guillotine.
Mm-hmm. So how would you have handled that?
Guillotine.
No, I get that. I get that. You keep saying it.
You asking me?
Yeah, how would you handle that?
Me? How? Oh, I can't say that online.
I can't say that online.
Look, my kids are great children. Now,
Yes, they are. Very respectable. Oh my god.
yeah, they're super, super awesome now. But there's been some issues, and it's like with Alex in particular, like he would have never done that. That Alex was not that type of kid. Now, Adrian, the same kid took a hammer to my wall. That motherfucker would have dumped it out, jumped on it, laughed about it, kicked it across the room, and ran the fuck off.
Oh. Uh-huh.
And that little motherfucker would have get snatched the fuck up.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
that's all I'm gonna say. Remember when y'all got snatched up? Yeah, snatched up.
Well, yeah, that mother did absolutely nothing.
And that's part of the problem, though.
Yep.
Like there is gentle parenting, which is acknowledging the problem, having a conversation of problem, doing the discipline in a very mild way compared to some of us. And then there's the parents that are just oblivious and think it's everybody's problem but theirs,
Or think it's funny.
or
Right.
think it's funny and encourage stupid shit like that. Bitch, that is gonna run our country one day.
Yeah. Don't say
You're
that.
raising an ingrate bum.
Yeah. Oh, let's not talk about bums. I know too many bums.
Well, I know.
Because we got
I'm very
children.
opinionated on children. Oh my
Because we
God.
because we got children raising children now.
I was
Yes.
a
And
child. I
oh,
was a child. Tequila was a
oh,
child.
oh.
Our
But
children don't suck.
y'all were children that were actually, like taught right from wrong.
No, I was beat into adulthood. So,
So who
like,
so who did it? Who fucked it up? Who fucked it up the system and started
I
letting
think
these kids run rampant? I'm gonna tell you right now. I had a neighbor who had this fucking son, and he ordered his mother like he was the king of England,
the
and
fuck
she
you.
bowed down to him
Mm-mm.
and winced at him.
Mm.
So fucking scary. And
I
he was literally 10 years old ordering this fucking woman around.
I
And she,
wish there'd be so many dead bodies in my backyard.
oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know. I feel like it started with the boomers. I think the mindset for parenting started changing in the boomers, and then it
Who's the
trickled down to
boomers?
the
Like
Gen
our parents'
X's.
age? Who's the
Yeah, your dad would be a boomer. He's the same age as my parents, pretty much. So
yeah,
that's the boomer
literally.
age. It's just. But then you had my generation, and my generation, you were either gentle parented, or you were ignored, or you were beaten.
Yeah.
There was hardly any variance between the two. You were either super privileged and had everything you wanted, or you were the trickle down effect in the poverty,
Mm,
Hmm.
and the poverty lines where the discipline was. Unless your mom was doped up on the street, you ran the streets.
mm.
It
Right, Lady Witch, basically.
it hurts my brain. You know, it hurts my brain.
What
Well, I think
generation was born in 1968?
68
Yeah.
millennials.
no,
No, wasn't that the last year of millennials?
no, 68?
Oh, 68. Oh my god, I'm thinking 96. I'm
I
sorry,
was
guys.
I was about to say I'm a millennial and I
I'm
wasn't
sorry,
born in
guys. Everybody
'68.
was about to be like, no, 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 no. Holy hell no. Sorry. 68. That's
That's
boomers.
boomers.
That's boomers.
No, because my parents are boomers, your dad's boomer, 50s. That 50s era. 50s
Dad
into
was born
60s.
what? 62?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom was born in 52.
Oh.
Is
But
it Gen
you
X?
can't, like, people always forget. Yeah, okay, you have kids. I get that. And maybe it's the dick in me that makes me an asshole, but like, you're also raising an adult that's going to be a man, or, a grown man or a grown woman one day. And they got to understand how the world works. And it can't be with rose colored glasses on.
Gen
Yeah.
They
X.
need to know how to deal with rejection, with being told no, with being corrected by someone, like they have to know those things.
Yeah.
Why do we keep getting into these topics? What are you doing to us tonight?
I don't know, but I will go back to the Santissima argument real quick and say I think the reason she don't get mad is because it comes. There was that thing, that keyword Roman said, innocence. It comes
Oh,
from innocence. Like if a
there
grown
are
ass
child
man is
serial
touching it,
killers.
I'm gonna kill him. Would you say thank you for? Oh, people answering your question.
For the Gen X, I was wondering.
Yeah.
So my
Um,
mom is the Gen X.
but it comes from that innocence where like off like stuff being messed around by kids or animals. It's all right. That comes from innocence.
No, this
Innocence.
dog will look me dead in my eye and chew a cord right in front of my face. That's not innocent. That's mean.
That is
That's
innocent. They're
rebellion.
innocent. They're innocent.
No, no, because she
Children
knows
and
what she's
animals are
doing.
innocent.
And
I
I hope she
can't.
gets electrocuted the next time it happens.
And that's karma.
Give me the dog.
Come get her.
You'd
Which
miss her.
dog? Which dog?
Doesn't she just have one?
Olive.
Olive? Okay,
No,
no, that dog goes to me.
You have two dogs?
no. Yes.
Right.
I
Her
What?
son
mean,
Adrian has
no.
a dog.
Yeah, Adrian brought
Oh,
home a dog when he moved back home.
I didn't know that.
And she's
Hmm.
dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah,
What kind?
yeah. That I don't want that dog.
What kind of dog is she?
She's the cutest
She,
fucking thing in the world.
she's a Keeshond.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
Yeah, I know what she looks like.
I
If
know what
you
a
told me a quiche hound,
I
I would look at you like,
I
huh?
know what a quiche is, but I don't know what a quiche hound is.
it's I don't
Well,
think
it's a
it's
quiche
actually.
in the form of a hound.
Yeah, it looks like if a husky and a Pomeranian made a
It's
baby.
dirty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
Google it.
April, no one is in your side with this. I know, it's fine. Like, it's fine. I don't need anybody to be on my
Oh,
side.
they're cute.
They're
No,
dumb.
they're adorable. Exactly like she said, though. Dumb as a box of
Or it
rocks.
says here they're playful, bright, sturdy, obedient, agile, and quick.
And
None
dumb.
of one of them things says smart.
Nope.
Bright.
No,
Yeah,
like they're
they're
bright, like they have a
bright.
smile. Like the
Yeah,
only
like
you
they're
could
very
kill someone
chipper.
in front of the dog, and the dog will still smile at you.
Yeah, she's
My my doggies, the breed that I get, they're crazy smart. Like Sassy was a human.
Yeah, that's Phoebe. She's real. Like she's not a cat. I don't know what she is, but she's not a cat.
Meanwhile, I've been
Yeah, I
hearing
got one of
Sassy.
those.
I've been hearing Sassy at night.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that.
I hear her toenails. So
Yeah,
does so
Yeah.
does my mom.
yeah.
No.
She, yeah,
It's
no,
her energy is still there.
For
yep.
anybody that doesn't know, Sassy was my dog that passed away last week.
That
Hmm.
was 18.
Yeah, she lived a long, amazing, well-loved life.
No,
Spoiled as a mother.
she was 16 and 2 months away from being 17.
Oh, I thought she was 18.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I had pushed her into her next year then.
And
yeah,
she was a rat terrier.
yeah. The cutest
Smart,
thing.
smart. Well,
Poor
that
baby.
we had another rat terrier before her, and the same thing. After he passed, you could hear him, and
Yeah,
it stopped when we brought his ashes home. So
yeah,
Well, have you picked up Sassy's yet?
they haven't called us to say that she's ready.
No.
yeah.
But next week I get two babies.
Yes, you do.
I get two little pups. They'll be 9 weeks old.
Reese and Rosa, right?
Reese and Rosie.
Yeah,
And Reese looks like he's gonna be a shithead.
he is the cutest thing.
He's got
Yeah,
gray eyes, but they look blue in the sunlight.
I would love a dog, but I need. I saw at the gas station the cutest fucking dog. It was like a terrier mixed pit bull. Oh my god, it was the cutest thing in the world. She was black and white, and she was just a baby. I was trying so hard because personally, I don't like to just walk up on people and just pet their dogs. It's
Hmm.
like because for me, I feel like talk to the owner first, right? Now my thing
Hmm.
is I don't like to talk to people, so I'm gonna just shut that whole thing right now. I ain't got to pet the dog. But mind you, this dog was so cute. I was fighting every urge not to fucking talk to this man and pet this dog. Except the dog walked up on me, slow walk, and looked like slow walked up right in front of me, looked at me like give me love, and I just like melted to the dog, and I'm like, "Hi, your dog is the cutest thing in the world. I have to give her love." And she was just getting all love from me. She was a baby. She was a big baby. He picked her up, cutest fucking thing. He
What kind
kept
of dog was
pressing
it?
that she had puppies. I'm like, I do not live where I need to be for puppies.
What
Wait till
kind
I'm
of
in Georgia.
what kind of dog was it?
Terrier mixed pit.
Oh,
It was a baby. She was 5 years old, but she was a baby.
oh. Going back with the Santissima thing, have you noticed that a lot of the stuff that Santissima really enjoys is shit that can kill you?
I love it.
Yeah.
Girl,
Cigarettes,
girl.
alcohol,
No, not to mention, she
drugs.
loves, okay, I don't know if I should say that. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because that could have been illegal. So I'm going to just stop.
Do you not have a cup in that house? Let me
Doesn't
mind
matter.
my
We all
business.
know
Let me
this is,
mind my business.
we all know this is just my glass. So let's stop playing.
I have some homemade wine that's almost done.
Oh yeah?
Oh, right there. And that's exactly why. That's not only why I don't do it. There's a plethora of reasons why I don't just pet random dogs without talking to the owner first. But that's one of the good points on why you don't just start randomly petting people's dog that you
That's
don't
what
know.
my mom always taught me. Never pet a strange dog.
Yeah, no, you don't do that. But again, I just don't like to talk to people, so a lot of times I miss out. There was this one guy
You
walking.
don't like to talk to people?
No, I don't like to talk to
That
Thank
people.
you,
sounds like
Rowan.
bullshit.
Okay, all right.
And I
Anyway,
got somebody here that can also say that.
all right,
Oh, 100%. I remember a whole episode happened about it.
Hmm.
all right. Anyway, so there was this one guy walking down the street like right next to my job, and I literally stopped my car dead in the road and was like, yo, because he had this giant fucking snake wrapped around him, and I was like, yo, can I please meet your snake? Sounds so perverted. Actually,
Yeah.
I tried to make it sound less perverted. What I actually said was, yo, can I hold your snake?
Huh?
That didn't help.
I know, but because the other version didn't help either, so I might as well just say what I said. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds perverted though. Anyway, he was like, "Yeah," and I parked my car right at the job, and I got out and I held this giant fucking snake that was the size of a Nagini. Fell fucking in love, and this is why I need a snake, people.
Mm-mm.
And that snake literally acted like, okay, y'all ain't gonna believe me, but that snake literally like was a baby. Okay, as big as she was, I was holding her for a little while, and we was getting some love together. And then after a little bit, like the owner like was just like creeping in a little closer, like we were just having conversation, just like getting closer to each other. And at some point, the snake like just started like reaching out for her owner, wanting her owner to grab her. It was just so cute. Like I need a snake.
It
I
probably was.
understand snakes don't love me. Yeah. I'm past that. I don't give a fuck.
It was probably fed not too long before that, so it was too full.
No, yeah, no, it was just the cutest fucking thing in the world. And I haven't seen him since, and I would love to see him and that snake. I forget what that snake's name is. I want to.
What is what's his face's Nick's?
Nagini.
Quentin,
No,
Uh,
Quentin.
oh, Quentin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow, we downgraded so much
Wow.
because the snake I was talking about again, the size of a Nagini. Quentin's snake is a fucking baby compared to that damn snake. But I love her. Her name is Jinx, which I love that fucking name.
Jinx. Okay.
Jinx.
And anytime he's one of my best friends, and anytime he comes over, I make him bring his snake as also my snake skin dealer. And by dealer, I mean I just make him give me his snake skin, no payment. But I make him every time he comes over, I'm like, we're my goddaughter. Because that's my goddaughter. If anything happens to him and that snake's gotta go anywhere, that snake goes to me. We already had this discussion. Okay. So that's my goddaughter. Bring my goddaughter. And every time I just have her rest on my neck. We're going for a drive, she's right on my neck. I called Crescent the one day being like, so I want you to meet my goddaughter, and then I showed her my neck.
And what did you
And
say,
that's
Quentin?
the fuck.
Yeah.
She prepared herself to be a real person.
Yeah, I
You could
work
see the
in.
shock in her face, like, oh, I gotta meet somebody.
You keep snakes. I've had to feed them before. I'm good.
Oh my god, no, it's the most fascinating thing.
Yeah, it's fascinating until you catch them on the wrong day
I
or
mean,
you
shit.
miss their feeding schedule.
I got snakes literally tattooed on me everywhere.
I think they're great for other people. I just don't think I would ever have one.
Come down to Florida and go to the Everglades. You can have as many snakes as you want.
Fucking pass.
Bougie
Hey,
asked why we haven't met Quentin. Oh, he don't. I don't know. He don't like cameras.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if we're talking about Jinx, my goddaughter, I will one day hopefully bring her on a video. Like next time we have a video, I'll just be like, yo, you need to come bring my daughter. You can leave. You don't have to stay.
You
My
know, you know
goddaughter needs
what's
to stay.
you know what's crazy for the person who likes to go out to cemeteries and
Stop.
forests all the time. You don't seem to make vlogs.
I
That's
thought you were
because
gonna
he's
say
always
something.
video
That's why I
calling
yelled
somebody.
stop. Huh? Crust?
Because he video calls people in the middle of
That's
doing it.
that's literally what I do. That's because I call you guys. How many times do I call y'all while I'm at the graveyard? And we're like, okay, let's go spirit seeking. That's my
Mm-mm.
vlog. I just go. I don't like to. I don't know. I'm not a vlog person. I don't do much that often to vlog. I feel.
Have you been to that one cemetery lately and where we've hung that one thing?
No, it's winter. I
Oh,
hibernate. I go
you're
to
right.
work. I come home, and if I have to do anything, I try to make it close. So either in my woods or at a nearby crossroads.
I forgot that it's frozen over.
Yeah, it's winter. I don't go
Ooh.
outside.
Bougie, I am a moderator.
Oh, you know what's so funny? You came at me, right? He came at you.
Yep, that's loyalty.
He came at you. He said you don't even make videos. So where's your vlogs? Where's
There's a couple options on here. It says channel activity, go to channel report, remove, put user in timeout,
put user in timeout?
hide
Oh
user
no,
on this
we're not putting
channel.
people in timeout now. That's
I
funny.
definitely would be one of those people that if I had a dragon, Dracarys, I'm burdening everybody. Don't give me power.
See, yeah, yeah. Sometimes, like again, like when I wonder why can't I just start fire, and then sometimes when I'm angry, I also think, thank God I can't just start fire right now.
Mm,
It's like they knew what they were doing by not giving
mm.
me that ability in this life because ooh, ooh,
God knew what he was doing when he didn't make me a woman. It'd be
okay.
Well, I have
nothing.
no excuse then.
It would be nothing but tits on this channel.
So, guys, before we wrap up for tonight, because we're pressing on an hour 15, right? And I wanted
Hmm.
to bring something up.
Hmm.
What are your guys' opinion? Because you guys work with deities, right?
Hmm.
Okay. When your deities, like, do you ever feel like your deities abandon you? Because, there's some talk in the pagan community about, feeling abandoned by their gods or their gods being very quiet, feeling like they're not around. What do you think that's about?
Um, I feel like it depends on the deity. Like for example, Hecate, her name literally means the wanderer, so I don't feel like she's 24/7 gonna be up your booty.
Right,
Hmm.
literally.
Um, some people like some deities may be there 24/7. It just depends on your practice and how what your relationship with that deity is. Um, Santissima, I feel like she's not one to abandon you. She can be quiet sometimes, but she's death, and death is everywhere at every moment.
Right.
Um, I feel like it just depends on the personality of the deity that you have because they're not just, I feel, energetic metaphors. They are like energies with their own personality traits and stuff like that. So,
See, because me and Cress were talking earlier about, and a lot of times too, because, okay, like you said, it really depends on excuse me, who you're
hmm.
working with. Like for me, working with Hearn, who is, he's my horned god. He's in my experience, he is a quiet deity. Now I work with Hecate, right? Now, even though her name, as far as I'm aware, literally meaning from afar, which honestly gives that good description on Hecate guiding you with her torches.
Hmm.
She's over there, and you follow her. You are guided to her.
Kitty.
Um, she is a she. Hecate, forgive me. She is a very loud deity. She is very vocal, and she'll tell you what the fuck is up, right? Hearn is very. Now he's the opposite. You know what I mean? He is very metaphorical, symbolical, some whatever the fuck the word is. He speaks a lot through dance, and that's something that is very interesting to me about him because that's something you probably wouldn't expect from Hearn and his tales, but I also think that's part of the horned natural god in him. You know what I mean? And I think maybe because he hung himself, could be wrong. I don't know. That's just my theory. Maybe that's why when it comes to vocal, he's a very quiet deity, and when he speaks, is very prominent. You know what I mean? But his way of communication is either through dance or a lot of the times before I before I was able to work with other gifts that I have, a lot of the times with communicating with spirits, they could tell me their life story without saying a word by energy. You know what I mean? Like the energy I pick up on tells me all I need to know, and it's very hard to explain. It's that I think it's called clairsentience when you're clear feeling energy. Like when I was a young child that brought me into this world to begin with. I always had that was a prominent gift I had that and premonitions, but and being able to feel the energy and I could feel this is a woman. I could feel she lived in this time and I could feel what had happened. Like I could just feel and know everything. You know what I mean? And that's a way of communication through Hearn where he won't necessarily tell you, but he'll communicate to you. That makes sense.
Hmm.
So it depends on who you're working with, but also how much effort are you putting into communicating with that deity? Are you expecting some type of miracle to happen? Because a lot of times, deities have to come down to a certain level to communicate with you, and you have to go up a certain level to
Hmm.
communicate with them. And a lot of times, some people just aren't doing their part. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. What do you think, Abe?
Well, y'all said everything. I mean, literally, what y'all have said is my experience. Like, they either, it depends on the deity, yes. And I think it depends on your relationship with that deity in general. Like, if you're somebody that goes to deity for, do not steal my watch, for every little thing, and you have a very constant and consistent relationship and interaction, then I think the more you're active, the more they're active. Now, I do know some deities, even Hecate, like you said, she doesn't hang around all the time. Like she doesn't need to. When she wants to be known, she'll set something on fire.
Oh my God, please stop doing that. Stop
I mean,
doing that.
it's a constant with all her followers. Like it just,
The amount of times I wake up, fire.
She's never done that to me before.
well, be
Count your
glad.
blessings.
I mean, she's very like in your
I
face
have
when she
gone
needs
through
to
so
be.
many altars.
And I agree with Rowan. Like Santissima is present all the time. And I find it interesting. Stop! You're not gonna steal it. Um, I
That
find it
Loki.
interesting. Yes, he's sitting in my lap, but he's met. I've been fidget spinning my watch on my desk, and now he wants to play with it, and I won't let him have it.
I love that boy.
There you go. Get down.
That boy has my heart.
Wreak havoc, my child.
Oh my God, stop it! You don't have to live with him. Um,
Exactly.
I don't know. I really do believe it depends on the relationship. It depends on the connection. It depends on the consistency. I Oh, hey, Olive, no. I don't need you stepping in as a parent. She Olive is like a old nana. Like she just jumps in and is like, you're getting out of line.
She's
I
a
love.
healer.
Yeah, exactly. She's retarded.
She's no. Your other dog is
Oh,
retarded.
oh, I wish you could see this. Can I turn this around? No.
Huh.
Um
Stop being cute.
anyway,
I see it.
oh, of course, because they're getting ready to stop.
Oh, of course. Look at the
She
mother.
look. She thick.
Yeah, no, Olive eats good because she eats her food and then everybody else's.
Yep.
But that some bitch isn't chunk. He ain't thin. He's a chunk.
She ate a
14,
fucking
15
whole
pounds.
box of treats one night when me and her were over. She ate a whole box of treats. She
Yeah,
like she is spoiled. She needs to relax.
she is. And she's very nosy.
Yeah,
But
not fun. Not fun.
I,
But I do love her. But
I
Loki,
really,
that's my boy. Like in Prisoner of Azkaban, when that auntie sees Dudley,
Hmm.
yes,
that's me to Loki.
makes me sick.
I love that boy.
Everybody loves him because he's like a dog.
Yes, he is. He literally plays fetch. Like that's homies.
Yeah. But when it comes to deity work, I feel like it's it's such a personal relationship. And if you feel like they've moved on, I mean, I don't see. I've never had that feeling happen to me.
Hmm.
I've never gone through abandon. I've questioned her silence for long periods of time, but then that's a me problem because I tend to shut people out. So stop it.
It's like I'm giving
Um,
you a taste of your own medicine.
yeah, I mean literally, and that's okay as long as you recognize it for what it is.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I don't tend to, okay, well she's done with me, so I'm gonna move on. I just let it be, and I keep my things consistent with what I feel I need to do.
Mhm.
and she will respond in kind on her at her own time, you know. And Santissima is always around. Medusa, that relationship's a little bit different. Actually, that relationship is a lot different because
Mm,
it's not. I don't use Medusa in so much spell work or spirituality. It's more of a self thing, like a healing thing. Although she's good for a wide range of stuff, but for me, I use her in a certain capacity. Like I go to her for those things.
mhm,
But in my craft, I've never felt abandoned, but I have felt quiet,
mhm.
and that's normally Lady Witch touched on it.
Leo,
Hecate is one of
you're
those, huh?
sorry, Leo, you're an hour and 25 minutes late.
Leo, she's been wondering where the fuck you've been.
He was there last night.
I know, but I didn't say this last night. Like daily.
I
Like,
mean, I'm just
where's
saying
Leo?
it's noticeable.
Where's Leo? He's on Facebook, but he's not on the videos. Where is he?
Right.
You're missed. Just so you know, you're missed.
It's I notice things, okay?
Yep. Yep. She noticed when Bougie was a little absent. Yeah, she noticed these things, guys. Don't be
I
absent.
do.
You can't go MIA because she gonna be like, where they been?
Yeah, my touch of the tism, like that's part of
Right.
it.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Pattern
Um
recognition.
but so and that's I don't know. For me, I agree with you in the sense where like Hearn, I mean, I had to get used to Hearn because I questioned Hearn in the beginning a lot because it wasn't the same as Hecate. And that's
Mm-hmm.
where I had to actually was like reflect and realize, A, why the fuck am I expecting that relationship, the same relationship from one deity to another, when in certain respects they are fucking nothing alike. In other respects, they are very similar. We don't need to go into that. That's not this video. But once I realized, like, okay, hey, not Hecate. Don't think about Hecate and trying to communicate with this deity. It's a complete different line of communication. Once I picked up on that, I immediately connected with him and realized, like, no, you don't. That's not how you communicate. And this is how you communicate. And since then, and it's given me lessons, you know what I mean? And it's taught me a lot of things. And it also teaches me how creepy and scary Homeboy can be, but that's besides the point. But yeah, no, and since then, I don't feel. For me, I I put in a lot of effort with my deities. You know what I mean? It's definitely not a daily like I'm not daily lighting candles, but weekly, absolutely. And if not, in many days in a row. You know what I mean? But and I acknowledge them, communicate with them, like they're part of my everyday life, just as
Mhm.
much as the pagan religion in me is part of my everyday life, just as much as witchcraft is. That doesn't stray, and I keep the communication line open. You know what I mean? That's how I try to at least avoid the feeling of like abandonment or an oh where did
Get
you
your ass
go?
down.
But
Get your ass down.
I mean, but that's just also my experience where I haven't had that issue, like you said with Santísima. She's always fucking around. She'll be creeping up I won't expect anything, and then boom, she's talking in my ear, and I'm like, girl, where did you come from? I didn't know you were here. I'm in the car playing music, and then her song just comes on, and I'm hearing her fucking sing. Do you know how many times I've jumped because I hear her like in my car randomly singing, like, and like it's just out of nowhere, and it's like I don't know. Not everybody has that experience, and I get that, but don't look for other people's experience. Look for your experiences when it comes to that. Right there is Crookshanks. Everybody, I want her. That is my baby.
Yeah,
I would stop.
I've been pretty consistent with Santissima. At least once a day, some sort of prayer. I light her candles every day, But now since when I go to bed at night, I don't keep her candles on. I actually got these rechargeable LED lights,
Hmm.
and I have them set to come on at like 9 o'clock and last until the morning. That way, there's some kind of light on her altar.
Mhm.
But she seems to be the one that just she's
Ooh.
always there
Yeah.
waiting.
Yeah. Michael is also, in a sense, always there. He's not very communicative. He literally is like the perfect example of like the presidential bodyguard, where like he's always got his shades on. He is quiet as a fucking mouse, does not talk, but he's always there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where like, and I'll be honest, and you see Michael in the sense where like I should not be where I am today. Okay, I've been saved out of a lot of fucking things, and that I know is due to Michael, because not only I just where I am today. Literally, the fact that I'm even alive is really a miracle, and that's not to mention anywhere else I could be than here. So, and when I tell you miracles, I feel like a video game character that can't lose sometimes. I know that's due to Michael.
Mm-hmm. And when you call him, he just comes quick as fuck.
He's a force literally you don't want to reckon with. Why are
Whenever.
you what are you doing over there?
I'm watching these two have a fucking cat fight.
Oh my god, I'm over here like
Loki's
you.
picking fights with everybody tonight.
Yeah, I do. I work with Santissima and Michael.
Gemini, tell Leo, send that photo to Leo if you don't have it. Leo I think got me on Facebook. And I could send it to them later. Because I kinda like
Whenever
that.
whenever I invoke Santissima, my prayers are um Our Father, three Hail Marys, a Glory Be, a prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel. So I always call upon Saint Michael when I'm working with Santissima, and then the invocation.
Yeah. Um yes, Leo, I also yes, no, so I'm devoted to as gods, Hecate and Hern, as angels, Santissima Muerte and Archangel Michael, and I'm devoted to my ancestors, not specifically by blood, but just the spirits I work with. Not every spirit that's out there, because that's wild. Yeah.
I mean, you could be a vessel.
No, oh, stop. Oh my God. Remember when
Speaking
Bonnie
of
was
vessel,
saying,
Oh, sleep token. Hello.
um,
every once in a
yeah,
while,
that's why I was like, I
something
know you could. Yeah, Leo. That's
changes.
why I was like, send it to Leo, because, or again, if you didn't already have the photo, because
I can
I
show
don't
my
know if I have
Santissima.
Gemini on Facebook or not,
Oh, okay, I know how to flip the camera around now. That's cool.
but I will say, the Facebook link is down below, because we have a Facebook link. I'll get into that in a second. I want to see what you're showing me.
There she is.
Hold on. Wait. I learned to do something very special. Look at that. Look at her. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I love her so much.
Y'all got these fancy dancy turning of the camera things going
She
on.
got a brownie. I
She
gave it
got
to
a
her.
brownie. Is it a special brownie?
No, it's a
Damn.
cookie brownie, but it's a brownie.
Damn. Okay.
So
You're so elaborate.
No, I love that altar.
yeah, well, I try to be. And then her, I have these. I buy these. Ouch! And I actually changed the robe.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I love how that's creative as hell. See,
Yep.
I want what Leo has. Leo and Gemini have literally she has her own room. That's what I need. That's exactly what I crave.
Santissima can have her own room when she pays rent.
I would never say that to you.
I would never say that to you, Madrina. I would never. You will get your room. I promise thee.
I'm still paying off this thing, so come on.
Okay. Okay. And she gives you the money to do that.
Not lately.
Oh God. Okay. Well, let's not start questioning the gods. All right. I don't want to be in on that conversation.
I just dropped dead.
Oh, stop. Mm. Well, I'm getting ready to. I got to do something before I go to bed. So, are
All right.
we
Yeah.
continuing?
Yeah. No, let's wrap it up because it's been an hour and a half. So I'm sorry, Leah, you guys gotta get here sooner. With that being said, Facebook, Etsy, all the links are in the description box. I wanted to mention that again this Friday, Crescent's channel, 8 o'clock, Leo.
Put it in the calendar.
Gemini.
8 o'clock Eastern Standard.
Well, they might
Um,
not be into the conspiracy thing. I don't know.
well, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, because that is Cauldron Conspiracies. I forgot that's a specific thing. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot this was just a fun podcast.
Yeah, that might
Uh,
be a different crowd. I'm not
this
sure.
is this is we're specifically talking about conspiracies. If that ain't your thing, then we might not see you. But I mean, you should still come. It's gonna be a good time. It's on Crescent's channel.
It'll definitely be
So
interesting, that's for sure.
yeah. All right. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night and happy full moon. And we will see you guys.
Dark Moon.
You know, happy dark moon, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye.